This month marks 34 years since the disappearance of 11-year-old Jacob Wetterling. It was a case that captured the attention of the entire state and much of the nation. After nearly 27 years of holding out hope that Jacob would return home alive, things took a turn in 2016 when a man confessed to his abduction and murder. Now Jacob's mother is sharing her family side of the story in a new book. Our chief political reporter Tom Hauser sat down this week with Patty Wetterling for a one-on-one interview.
Yeah. The sounds of laughter can now often be heard in the Wetterling home, the scene of so much sadness for decades after Jacob's abduction.
The last few years have given us a chance to, rebuild the happy place. Our grandkids would come up, and I never wanted to be the sad grandma, because our children remembered all the trauma and lived through everything. And so we've worked really hard to make it happy, and Jacob was certainly part of that happiness.
And Jacob is still, without doubt, part of this happy home. Pictures of Jacob and the word hope adorn walls and mantels.
He's with us. He's always been, with us.
For nearly 34 years, Patty Wetterling has had to drive by the exact spot where Jacob was abducted, less than a mile from their home. And nearly every time, she says a little prayer for Jacob. But recently, she has noticed something else.
There's a nest of eagles right by there. So it's not uncommon for I'll have an eagle circle, and it's like, hi, Jake,
Although hope was lost that Jacob would come home alive, hope is still very much alive in the Wetterling family.
I think Jacob's legacy is all about the world as we want it to be, and we have to build that.
The darkest chapter of their lives started the night of October 22nd, 1989. Jacob, his brother, and a friend riding bikes home from a store are stopped by a masked gunman. Jacob was abducted after the others were told to run or he'd shoot them.
Nobody knows what to do. This doesn't happen here. You hear that all the time.
A massive search and investigation ensued, but no trace of Jacob. Hours turned to days, days to months, months into decades, still no trace.
I was convinced that we would come home and that we would find him, and if there was any kind of assault or harm, that we could heal. And I was just focusing on, we'll bring him home and we'll be okay. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that it would be a long-term investigation.
Early in the investigation, Patty Wetterling had even heard the name of Danny Heinrich.
That first year, I believe there were 40,000 leads. So yes, we'd heard Danny Heinrich's name and another man who had victimized children who's in prison. We'd heard a lot of names, and we'd heard about Jared.
Danny Heinrich is the man who, in 2016, finally confessed to abducting and killing Jacob. His confession, unlikely to happen if not for the efforts of Jared Shirel and blogger Joy Baker.
I was just trying to be a writer. I wasn't trying to be an internet sleuth.
In 2010, Baker began using her blog, Joy the Curious, to write about Jacob's unsolved abduction. She eventually discovered newspaper articles from Paynesville, not far from St. Joseph, where Jacob was abducted, about a series of cases of a man approaching young boys.
And really, even in some of those Paynesville incidents, it was the, don't look back, and just a threat of a gun and a mask in so many cases, and in the dark where this person was, chasing kids, pulling them off of their bikes.
And one case in particular, the abduction of Jared Shirel, piqued her curiosity because it was so similar to Jacob's abduction and happened just 9 months before Jacob was taken.
There was just so many similar situations and so many similar details that we just figured it had to be the same guy.
Joy pursued that idea in her blog at the urging of Jared, who was released by his abductor. But Patty Wetterling was initially reluctant.
At that point, she kind of reached out and said, Joy, I'm sure your intentions are good here, but this is starting to feel a little stalkerish. And I just went, what? I mean, I was horrified, and I thought, oh my gosh.
And it was like, who is this woman? I had no idea who she was, and here she is writing about my son, and I was like so protective of our story.
Ultimately, Patty decided Joy and Jared helped refocus law enforcement attention on Danny Heinrich. DNA from evidence in Jared's case ultimately led to Heinrich's confessing to both Jacob and Jared's abductions.
The combination of Joy and Jared was pivotal in getting us answers.
The rough start to their relationship morphed into Patty and Joy writing a book together, Dear Jacob, A Mother's Journey of Hope.
It is really a story of hope and of resilience and how this family never gave up.
I just think that it's about hope. It's about Jacob and his legacy. This is a wonderful kid, you know. This is not some random photograph of some random child. This is Jacob, whose spirit is very much alive.
In St. Joseph, Tom Hauser, 5 Eyewitness News.
Tomorrow, the Jacob Wetterling Resource Center is hosting its 8th annual Running Home for Jacob Walk. It's an event meant to support families who are searching for their missing loved ones. She's a strong woman.